What's up, guys? This week I wanted to kind of go through, now that patch 5.04 is out, what exactly we're looking at going forward in the Mist Pandaria. We are now 3 weeks away from the new expansion. What's going to be the quickest way to get to 90, what's going to be the most effective way to get to 90, and what's going to be good to do as a Resto Druid going forward into 90. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a balance spec. That's going to need to be your off spec. The reason being is your spirit transfers 100% to hit. So what that means is you're not going to have to, when you're leveling up, the biggest thing that you run into is as your gear decreases per level and as these stats decrease per level, you miss a lot. Okay, with wearing your healing gear, you're not going to miss, which is going to be really nice. The only thing you're really going to want to go get is go see if you can find a couple trinkets. I would recommend that. And that's pretty much it. If you're using one of the madness weapons, maybe don't use Maw, obviously, because it's a healing weapon. Maybe go see if you can pick up Rathrak, see if you can get Vagaries of Time from a normal run. Anything that might have stats on it as opposed to a proc going forward into leveling is going to be more beneficial to you because you're not going to be group questing. Okay. So what you're going to want to do, though, and I was playing with this a little bit on the beta. I was playing with this a little bit on live, and it's actually really neat, guys. I found a really cool way to actually group up a ton of mobs and to actually mow them down pretty easy. Okay, as a boomkin, we now have a spell called Astral Communion. You will gain energy for that eclipse state while out of combat. Okay. What this means is that before you go pull a group of mobs, you can actually choose which eclipse state you want to begin the fight in. Okay, so I chose Lunar, and here's why. Okay, but here's what you need to be able to do it. The reason I chose Lunar is because your Hurricane spell, if you glyph it, read this, guys, your Hurricane and Astral Storm abilities now also slow the movement speed of their victims by 50%. So what we're going to be doing is with Ursal's Vortex, with Typhoon, and with our Hurricane glyphed, what that allows us to do is we're going to go group up a ton of ads, right? We're going to go ton a bunch of ads, throw a Moonfire, because it's going to be a buffed Moonfire, so we're throwing a Moonfire out and we're collecting ads. Let's say we have to get 10 of this, we have to kill 10 of these, doesn't matter. You go out, you start grouping up ads, you get them together, you drop these 3 things on them, and then you drop your Starfall. All you got to do is just go through and you're just dotting. Okay, you got your Starfall running in the background, your Moonfire, Sunfire, Moonfire, Sunfire, Moonfire, Sunfire. You get those dots rolling while you're running out of the group. You turn around, you drop your Hurricane, and you're channeling this Hurricane, right? It's absolutely awesome, guys. It hits so much harder now if you're in a lunar eclipse, and it slows them with that glyph to the point where you can literally keep all these mobs grouped up and you're just burning them down. It's going to be really cool for leveling. It's going to make any of those quests extremely less tedious with AoE looting and with all this. So you literally I just went back in, clicked one button, got 7 of my 10 quest rewards, and I was like, really, that's awesome. Such a nice quality of life change, guys. It's really going to be cool going forward. So I really think that that's important to have. Okay, that's going to be kind of my biggest tip going forward. But the reason that you want it to be a balanced set is so that way all your gear, as you're leveling up, as you're gaining new gear, you're going to want to quest. Okay, and the reason you're going to want to quest mainly, now obviously you do dungeons because dungeons are fun. They're a nice break when you want to take a break from leveling and do something cool and you want to heal a little bit. Because that's what we do, right? That's what as Resto Druids do, is we heal. We like using our healing spells. It's fun for us. That's why we play the game. So I understand that grinding these levels in Boomkin is not something we're comfortable with, but that's why you have 3 weeks to kind of get a little bit more comfortable with it. It's going to be a lot more fun this way, and the reason you're going to want to quest is because unless they fixed it since I recorded this video, unless they've really fixed something, the dungeon XP that you were getting was so astronomically low kind of per hour compared to what you would get questing it used to be always that questing was always king, obviously, okay, but it was the gap had been shortened a little between Wrath and Cattle. Well, now the gap is so big that the only reason you would go into a dungeon is just to do the dungeon quest, maybe get the quick rewards and that quick XP bonus, and that's it. After you've run it once, you don't run it again. But the other reason you're going to want to quest is what they're doing in Miss is all of your Valor points are spendable from faction vendors. Here's the problem: is these certain, like, you've got your Shadow Pan guys, you've got your, you know, all these different Pandaren factions that you're going to have to grind or rep with. You need to be revered with them in order to get access to these Valor point vendors. Okay, so while you're questing, you're killing two birds with one stone by grinding rep and by getting all these quests, so you're getting more XP that way as well. As far as I know, they still have not implemented tabards for these rep factions for Miss. What that means is you're not going to be able to do it the old-fashioned way of, I'm just going to go grab, you know, the Therazane tabard, throw it on, and just dungeon grind because I don't want to go do those dailies. I don't want to do it. Well, they've released, there's no more cap on dailies coming in Miss. So what this means is that they want you to go out and just grind and grind and grind to get these reps up, okay? So keep that in mind, is that if you can do this while leveling, while gaining all this extra XP, they're really putting a focus on leveling in the open world, because they've done all these things with cross-realm zones. That's what Blizzard's new focus is. So be prepared for that, okay? Be prepared that there's going to be a ton of people out there. Be prepared, though, that it's still going to be faster, and that's why if you can use little tips like the one I gave you, where you go out and you try to group as many as you can and get as quick as you can through it, that way when you hit 90 and you go back, you're not on that first phase of the zone, so there's not going to be all those new people there. There's not going to be that one quest that you have to get 10 of these, you know. It's going to be a little bit easier for you, I promise you, if you spend most of your time questing to get to level 90. It's going to, especially in the first 2 weeks, guys, it's going to make your life so much easier. That was my video this week, guys. I've had a lot of requests for some other stuff, but I really wanted to give this little kind of tip going forward and what to expect for us going forward as Druids. So please like and subscribe below. Send me a message if you would like to kind of give me some information on what you'd like to see in my next video. Also, my battle tag, now that battle tags are active, is Nash1204. So if you want to get in contact with me in game, add my battle tag. I'll be more than welcome to talk to you guys. It's actually really, really cool. I got to talk to 2 people last week who were very, very knowledgeable about Druids, and I was actually, one of them showed me a change that I hadn't even realized yet, and it really helped me out a lot. And so I wanted to say thank you to you guys who understand that I'm just starting in this, and I'm not trying to be an elitist or anything like that. I'm just giving you my side of the story, my pointers, my tips. So again, if you want to help me out, please feel free. If you guys want to join me and do some dungeons or do some live streaming, do some BGs, again, just message me in game. I'll be more than happy to do it, record it, and if I can use you, I'll definitely give you a shout out. It's been a lot of fun for me. Obviously, we just got our shirts in. And I got the first order shipped out. That's on my weekly update videos. So please go through and check some of my videos out, guys. Help me like and subscribe. If I can get to 100 subs before Miss comes out, that's my goal. Is by the time Miss comes out, I would like to be at 100 subs. If I can do that, I'm going to give away a shirt. I've got an extra one laying here. I've got another order almost full. So I'm hoping I can give you whatever size you want. I might give away 2 or 3, but if I can hit that 100 before Miss comes out, guys, that's going to be a really, like, that's kind of my goal. It's kind of what I'm striving for. So please like and subscribe my videos, and please leave any good comments that you might have. Send me a personal message if you want to. Good seeing you guys this week, and I'll see you next week as well. Take care.